Hello team, in this video I will give a brief introduction to Postman. I will cover what is Postman, how can we sign up for a Postman account, and how do we set up for the Postman workplace. And also I will give a demo for different type of API request. So first, what is Postman? Postman is an API platform for API building, executing, testing, and management. So let's go to Postman website first. So this is the official Postman website, and we can sign up for an account here, and also we can download a Postman app to our local desktop based on our operation system. So I have already have a local app, so I will not download for this time. And if we want to sign up for an account, we can like either using our Google Gmail to create an account, and also we can or we can provide our work email or like UARK email, create a username and password. Once you have a Postman account, you can sign in on your local app here. I have already signed in with my account in Postman. And on the left side, you can see your workplace. Like our API, your testing should be listed here if you have. So you can either using the default workspace, or like you can create multiple workspace. For example, there are also different templates you can use. I will use the default one, for example. And you created this workspace. You can give it a name, and also give the access who can access your workspace. For example, you can only yourself, which we will have a personal workspace. Also, you can create a team workspace and invited the other team members. They will also can access the workspace, and also you can make it public, which is anyone on the internet can access your workspace. So if you decide to create another workspace, just choose the option here and click the create. In this demo, I will use my workspace as an example. So next, I will talk about how to add a GET API request here. So you can click this API, or you can click this add button. We will have a API request page, and if we drop this down, we can see there are multiple API request method. In the first example, I will try the get method. As we all know, get method is used to retrieve the data source, and I will using a dummy API for our example. So on this website, it provided some dummy API we can use for testing. For example, I want to test this with a get method. So this is API is used to list all the users in a particular page. So let me copy this API endpoint URL and pass it here. So, and we can, once we have this endpoint, we can click send to see what response we will have. Okay. Now we get the API response with a JSON format. So on page 2, we got different users with their first name, last name, email, and also ID, and also some metadata. So in this response, we are using pretty and the JSON format as the final response. We can also choose to other format like raw or preview. All of them are give us the same information, the same data, just in a different format. So in most of the cases, we are using this JSON format because it's well structured and also is very easy to read. On this side, we have a response code, which is 200, which means the request is successful. And also we have the response time for this call, and also the response size for this particular call. On the top, so we can see in the parameters, we have one parameters for this API call, which is page number 2, and we can also 2. If we change this value to 1, the URL also changed, page is equal to 1. If we send this request again, we will get another data for page 1, other listed different users in our response. And also we have also authorization. If our API has some authorization, we can add it here. But for this dummy API, we don't have any authorization, so I will skip it. And also this is the header. We can add our API header here if we have some. So this is the default header for this dummy API, and we can see hide them or display them. And for body, we can provide a request body. If this request need to like update the data or create something, so we will have a body. But because this is a get method, it's only read the data source, so we will not have a body here. I will show that example in other API method. So once we get this response, we can save it. This is we can give a request a name. For example, this is, I call it a demo get. And also we can give a collection name. Collection means which is a group of API calls. So this is probably the first API in this collection. So we can give a collection name. I will call it Postman demo. Let's save it. And now you can see this API is added in your workspace under the collection Postman demo. Next, I will give an example for post request method. So let's choose to post. I'm still using the dummy API provided by this website. So we have a post request, which is create a data point for our source. So let me copy this endpoint URL and paste it here. Since this is a post request, we do need a body for this request. Postman provided a different body type. But in most cases, we are also using the JSON format as the request body because it is very friendly to the user. So let's copy the request body here. So this API request is for we can add a username and also this user's job data point to our source. So let me put it here, and we can send this request. Now we get the response. The startup code is 201, which means this is successful. This is the successful startup code for the post message. And also we get this response, which means this user's information has already created in our source, and with an ID and also the create timestamp. So we can also save it, give it a name. Let's call it demo post and save. Now in our collection, we have another API request that's called demo post here. Next, I will show for put message. I'm also using this dummy API. So put message, which is user to update our source. So let me also copy this endpoint, create a new one, and select put. For the body, we will update this user's information. And send. It is also successful. The response status code is 200, and this user's information is updated in our data source. Let's save this API request as well in our collection. Let's call it demo put. Okay, we have saved it in our collection. And last, I will show for delete request. Let's select delete. And also we will use this dummy API as well. So for the delete, we just have a simple request, which is the same API endpoint. Place here and set. Okay, so which is successful. We got the status code 204, which is means successful for delete message. And for this API, we do not need any body because it is delete. And also in our response, it doesn't return anything because this is a delete action. So nothing will display. And we will save this request as well. Let's call it demo delete. Okay, Uh, Now we have a collection of different API request message. If we want to share this collection with our teammates, so we can click this dot and click share. And here you can type your team member's email address and share with him. And also, the Postman like suggests you to create a team workspace uh, with your team member. In either way, you can share your collection with other people. Okay, this is all I want to demo and all I want to share for the Postman. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.